Rosmarin has quoted Lao Tzu. He says, "The softest of all things can overcome the hardest of all things. Only the insubstantial can penetrate the spaceless." Thus, we know the benefit of non-interference and the teaching of the subtle way of the universe that does not rely on words. Few people under heaven can attain it. And she asks, "Dear Acharyaji, when I read this, I can't think straight and I'm moved to dispassionate tears. Please take us deeper into this, deeper knowing, Rosemary." The softness that Lao Tzu is talking of is imperceivable. Hardness is available to perception. What is hardness? When you are resisted, then you know something is hard. When you are resisted, then you know something is hard. It resists your movement. It is available to senses. When you are not resisted, what is there to perceive? You use your material senses to perceive. They will perceive only the material. All resistance is from the material and to the material. The softest thing that Lao Tzu is talking of is not a thing at all. It is immaterial. That is why he is talking of the insubstantial that can penetrate the spaceless. Things are never spaceless. If there is a thing, it will require space. If there is a substance, it can never be insubstantial. So when Lao Tzu is declaring the superiority of the soft over the hard, what is he talking of? He is essentially talking of the superiority of the Atma over the body and mind. The body and mind are perceivable, material, open and available to discussion, thought, analysis, speculation. The Atma is simply not available to thought. The truth is not something that you can conjecture about. That is the softness that he is talking of. And that is why he said the softest of all things. If it is only relatively soft, then it is still hard. It is just less hard than the other thing. When it is ultimately soft, the softest of all, then it is absolutely soft. Then it is not hard at all, which means not material at all. He says the benefit of non-interference and the teaching of the subtle way of the universe that does not rely on words, obviously. Words can capture only the little, the finite, the material. If there is a thing, you can name it. If there is a thing, you can say something about it. If there is nothing, what will you say about it? Few people under heaven can attain it. Few people can attain it because most others take themselves to be people. These few who attain it are the ones who do not think of themselves as people or persons. As long as you take yourself to be material, the only truth for you will be the material universe. Because you are deeply identified with the body, with that which is available to be seen and touched. So you miss out on the insubstantial, the invisible. Which means that all the fine blessings of life will elude you. Love cannot be touched, freedom cannot be touched. Understanding has no color or weight. Truth has no smell. Because you believe in the material, you will miss all these. They are not material. And you are saying only the material exists. By saying only the material exists, you have discounted the possibility of truth, love, and freedom. They are not material. By your own admission, you are saying they do not exist. Well, they still exist, but they won't anymore exist for you. Are you getting it? The benefit of non-interference and the teachings of the subtle way of the universe. The subtle, not the gross. The fine, so fine that eyes cannot look at it. Take a sliver. Oh, of course, it is visible. Then a thread. It is usually visible. But if the light is dim or your sight is poor, then the thread might not be visible. The fiber, even if you have good eyesight, it's not easy to locate a fiber. What about a fiber being sliced into 1,000,000 parts? Now will your eyes be able to look at it? What if the fiber is reduced to the last atom? Will your eyes be able to look at it? That is why the scriptures sometimes figuratively, poetically, describe the Atman in mathematical terms also. They say it is 1 by a billion, a trillion, some large figure of the size of this. That is not to give a definite dimension to the Atman, but to tell you that it is so small that you should entertain no hopes of ever perceiving it sensually. Are you getting it? The benefit of non-interference. That which is so small is also all-pervading, because only the fine can pervade everything. Please understand. If a stone is thrown at you, you will block it. It will not be able to cross you, right? Even if a flower is thrown at you, you will block it. Correct? It won't be able to permeate you, cross you. But when rays come to you, certain rays, let's say X-rays, they are able to permeate you because they are fine. Have you ever looked at X-rays? Have you ever looked at X-rays? They are fine. You cannot look at them. The fine will penetrate you, the gross will be blocked by you. And that is why God is all-pervasive. He is so fine that He penetrates everything. He permeates and therefore pervades. He fills you up. He is so fine that He can get into the smallest of cavities. Even within an atom, there is a lot of space. In fact, 99.9% of an atom is just space. And God is very fine. So what will He do? He will just fill that space. God is all inside the atom. God permeates this wall. He is inside the wall. You cannot be inside the wall because you take yourself to be material. That which pervades everything fully is bound to be all-powerful because He is now the essence of everything. He not only pervades, He is everything now. Because the permeation is absolute, total, complete. He is everything. So it is absurd even to say that He is the Almighty or all-powerful, because He is all that there is. Kutastha. That's how the scriptures talk of him. Kutastha. The all-pervasive. Even to say that somebody is powerful, you need somebody else over whom the power can be exercised. Now here is nobody else. So the power is beyond description. Hence Lao Tzu talks of non-interference. Let the all-powerful do what he would, because your wish is anyway irrelevant. By not honoring his wish, by not honoring the call of the heart, you are just fighting against yourself, and it's a battle that you are destined to lose. And if you win this battle, then your victory will be even more tragic. A defeat is a defeat. In this battle, the victory is a bigger defeat. If you are able to defeat your heart, then the depth and the sordidness of your victory is incomparable. It is a total and absolute defeat. Don't interfere. Our interference, as we had talked of, is just accumulation. Our interference arises from our insecurity, and there is no need to be insecure. If you can right now understand what I am saying, it is a proof of your perfection. You didn't learn the art of understanding from anywhere. And it is happening without your interference. That's the non-interference that Lao Tzu is talking of. Are you interfering in this process of listening and understanding? Please, is it not all happening on its own? The most that you are doing to contribute is that you are not interfering, is that you are not escaping or walking away or falling asleep. That is your maximum contribution. Your maximum contribution is that you are not turning out to be a nuisance. In the divine process, man has only nuisance value. He cannot contribute to the process, but he can impede it. You cannot really add to perfection, but of course, you can try to spoil it. So Lao Tzu says, don't interfere. There is nothing to gain, but you have everything to lose. It's all yours. It's yours to lose. Unfortunately, very few heed. He says, oh, few people under heaven can attain it because few people would listen to Lao Tzu, and few people would listen to Krishna, and few people would listen to Ashtavakra. So few people attain to that truth, which is their birthright. It is not even a right. It is a grant. It is not even a grant. It is your natural state. It is not even a state. It is who you are. And yet you lose it.